My name is Christian and I follow Jesus.
Hi, I'm Sophia and I follow Jesus.
My name is Lito and I follow Jesus.
Hi, my name's Judy and I follow Jesus.
I believe God is real because I've experienced having moments where I don't feel like myself, and I've prayed. I'm not gonna lie, at first my faith wasn't as strong in God as it now is. And I would pray and I just feel like a sense of comfort when I be praying. And then like it hit me that it was God, that He's always been there.
I've always grown up being Christian and in a Christian household. I was raised, my mom always took me to church and stuff. So for me, it wasn't really like a doubt that I ever had, like, was He real? Like, that wasn't something that I ever occurred in my mind, like passed through my mind. But one thing is that the little things that He does in my life really makes me know that He's there and that He's listening. So like, for example, today I was like, oh, I really hope it doesn't rain on my way to church because it was raining earlier and it didn't. So I was like, wow, like that, because I asked God for that and He like answered that prayer, and it was small, but He's there and He's listening, and that makes me know that He's really there.
Something that made me believe that God is real is worshiping. Like, ever since a little kid being in KMD, just feeling connected with God and with the music. I know a lot of people say that, like, when they worship, they feel connected, but that's really how it is. And that's when I realized, like, God is real.
I was a lot younger and I started to like actually get into like praying. And when I was younger, I used to struggle with like migraines a lot. And there was one night that I truly did I went fully into prayer and I was just praying to God to like just remove it. And ever since that day, like I haven't had like migraines as bad or as frequent. So ever since then, I just made sure to like get into prayer and just not like test God, but just like see like what God can do through prayer throughout my life.
The hardest thing about being a Christian right now, I think, is just having your strong faith. With everything going on in the world and people telling you, because there's a lot of people telling you, oh, God isn't real. If the God is real, then why does this stuff happen? And so I just think the hardest thing right now being a Christian is having a strong faith and believing that God is real.
The difference between like society standards and Christianity and the Bible standards, because it's like everything that like society wants or believes in, it's like, okay, like I get that, especially as a teen, you're influenced by so many different things. And so it's like, okay, like everybody's kind of going with that one. But then the Bible is what we're supposed to believe in and what's right. And it's like you're just kind of like in the middle of both because they contradict each other sometimes. And it's like you want to be with both of them, but you can't.
Like, many people think the hardest thing about being a Christian is staying focused, staying as a Christian, because you have all these temptations around, but it really is when you have no one to lean on and you by yourself trying to follow Jesus is really hard.
It isn't so much about like temptations or like people like trying to get you to like to do like the non-holy way, as much as it's just like seeing so much stuff happening throughout the world. And it's like it's hard to like stay strong in your faith when you see so much happening.
Definitely worship. Just making sure, when I'm worshiping, that I have a connection with God. Because if I'm worshiping and there's no connection, I feel like it's really not doing anything.
I really like listening to music, so listening to worship music anytime that I can, whether that's in the car or, even at church, or if I'm cleaning or something, like just listening to music and worship music and just kind of being in the zone, like just there with God really helps me connect more. Also, it could sound dumb, but like instead of talking to myself, I'll talk to God. So it's almost like instead of just like praying and getting on my knees or like, specifically praying, it's just like thoughts that come into my head and just talking to God with that.
What I like to do to stay focused is I watch these Christian motivation videos on YouTube. And I don't care what nobody says about it. Like, these Christian motivation videos get you right, at least for me.
Sometimes just changing to my music, not to like worship music, but just like to like Christian music, whether it's like Christian rap or like Christian pop, and just like listening to it throughout the day, because like you don't like really notice how much like it helps you just throughout the day. Just like makes you feel like gets you excited, gives you energy, and like keeps you like inspired throughout the day.
I feel God is working in my life right now through worship, giving me the gift to be playing instruments and music and, worshiping Him and helping others reach a connection to Him.
There's this one like prayer that I really want to be answered, and I've wanted to be answered for a while now, and He hasn't answered it yet, but it's because I think it's because He's almost testing me in a way to help me out with something bigger, whether that could be like my patience or my faith or whatever it is. And I know like along the way He's been answering other prayers that I've asked, but this like bigger one that I've been struggling with, I know that He's testing me, and He's almost like pushing me in a way and just kind of helping me grow better in my relationship with Him as well as my relationship with others.
God is showing me right now to stop being so dramatic and sensitive. Like whatever's happening in my life, whether it's a good day or a bad day, I feel like God's showing me that none of that matters. What I do doesn't matter. Who I talk to doesn't matter. None of that matters. Is what He has in store for me, that's what's gonna happen. And I feel like I shouldn't be so like focused on what's happening in the world and more focused on Him.
God has like been removing people from my life that are just not necessary at the moment, and like if they're not adding to my life, they're like not just leaving but basically leaving. And it's been a little bit difficult, but after a while you just notice that like they're not needed for your life, and it's helped me like stay more focused and connected with God.